my gosh.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Marc Sachnoff, the founder of the Modern Wisdom Leadership Institute, and I'm here today with my wonderful friend, the world-renowned intuitive, Mangels.
Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. We have so many wonderful questions have just arrived. But first, ladies, I need to speak some truth into you. Right now, I know that you're facing Me Too. And me too. I've been there. Ladies, there are men of incredible compassion and integrity. And that's why I am part of Modern Wisdom. I've had the wonderful fortune of knowing Mr. Marc Sachnoff for the last 11 plus years. And with his guidance and with his compassion, I look at Mr. Sachnoff with tremendous leadership and trust. Ladies, there are men that you can trust, and I wanted to introduce you to one of the most favorites in my life.
Wow, and May, thank you. I'm very touched, and thank you for your friendship, and we've received so many questions, and yes, I do want to say to today we're talking specifically to women in business and answering questions about business, about how to have a purpose-driven, heart-centered, conscious business. And so, ladies, please don't give up on men. We're working on ourselves. There's a lot more work to do, but don't give up on us yet.
Hey, there are some women who fall into this category as well. So, ladies, let's clean up our act.
Okay. Well, so as Enmei mentioned, we've received a number of questions from our clients and friends about how to succeed in business and how to do it in a really wonderful, intentional, heart-centered, conscious, and purpose-driven way. And so the question that comes up over and over and over from our clients is about work-life balance.
Yes. Work-life balance. Those three words don't actually go together. So, number one, let's start from there. They don't. They are three different entities of our life and three different hats. Don't try to cram them under one roof. That's the first thing, is to recognize the definition. So we want to have this definition. Our definition says, I want it to be all one. Let's get real. Ladies, those are three different parts of your life.
That's so true, and May. One of the things that we've learned, and certainly in my own experience, is that how can I have success when I'm constantly thinking about what I'm not doing or what I should be doing, right? And I remember the wonderful Buddhist philosopher Daisaku Ikeda, once somebody asked him, how have you accomplished so much? And he said, because I put 100% into the person who's right in front of me at this moment. And I was like, really? He's not thinking about what he should have done yesterday and didn't get done, or what he's going to do in an hour, or where he's going to have lunch, or any of those things. He's 100% focused. And I know, Enmei, when you work with your clients, you are laser focused on them. The fire alarm could be going off, the police could be coming, you name it, but you are so present with them.
I think that kind of presence allows you to have work, life, and balance. So when you put your 100% into your work, be there. Be there emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, mindfully, and financially. Be there.
That's great. And related to that is another question that comes up over and over and over, and especially from solopreneurs, business owners, and managers of small and medium-sized businesses, is about overwhelm. They're overwhelmed. There's just so much to do, and there's only so many hours in the day. And so how do you encourage people about being able to control, tame, and even eliminate this feeling of anxiety, of overwhelm, and so on?
Marc, at Modern Wisdom, we teach the concept of noble higher purpose.
Yes.
And when we know what that is, when we have clarity of what that is, we can begin our day there and we can end our day there. The chaos in the middle is part of the journey. And the to-do list will always be there. But if we have really keen and clean sight of your noble higher purpose from the beginning to the end, everything works out to the greatest and highest.
Boy, that's so true, isn't it? If we know where we're going, then everything is either getting us closer or it's a distraction. And
Right.
sometimes we just have to go, you know what, that's really exciting. It's a shiny bauble. Oh my gosh, it's fabulous. And It's going in the parking lot because we have this thing we call the parking lot. We're not working on, we're not giving up on it. But right now it's a distraction and we've got to stay on point and we got to move forward. And that idea of noble higher purpose, which we talk about, is finding the greater meaning, the greater, deeper meaning or purpose for whatever it is we're doing, whether it's our business or whether it's a specific task that day. And the other thing that we also talk about in terms of anxiety, because sometimes even with our best intentions, it just piles up and, there's unexpected problems happen and setbacks and so on. And so we do this very simple process that we call cutting the cords to help us recenter.
I love cutting the cords.
Shall we share that with everybody?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so here's what we do. We start, it's just like chop, chop, chop. It's as if there are these invisible cords of anxiety, of energy that are connecting us to all these problems and people and all this stuff. And we just want to cut them away, right? So?
Yes. All we have to do is state what you want to cut. Whether it's the traffic on the 405.
Cut the cords.
Or
traffic.
It's this association.
This
or
person.
this relationship in this deal.
This client.
Or this opportunity is going sideways.
Or this problem. Cut the
any
cords,
of those,
cut the cords, cut the cords.
What we're actually doing is changing the energy around an issue.
Right.
Letting it go for even just a moment.
So we can breathe a little bit. And we'll talk about breathing another time, but cutting the cords is that first step. But then when we're done, we do this. Like, we're done with that. We're washing our hands of that.
Very good.
And so that is a simple technique, a simple tool that anybody can use in any situation to clear their state, to become more centered and grounded, and to be able to refresh and restart themselves. So, we were talking a little bit about self-confidence earlier, and we get lots and lots and lots of questions about personal clarity and self-confidence.
Yes.
And so a leader in business, anyone, whether you're leading yourself, whether you're leading 1,000 people in a company, or whether you're leading a small team or whatever it is, if we don't have confidence, then it's very hard to unite people around a shared purpose, right? So how do we center on and pull up that self-confidence?
Clarity is confidence.
Yes.
So if you have a clear vision of what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, even in the hour, or for the day, or for 5 years, if you have that in total clarity, my goodness, the confidence just comes right up. If you say, I'm going to rocket ship to Mars, fine. Maybe you need some fuel first, or maybe you need a vessel for that. Fine. But if you have a belief or an idea, put that down. Write it down. Put it on paper. Make a postcard. Put it in front of you so that you have that thought of clarity.
That's right. And that's why we talk about noble higher purpose is a process for creating clarity. And so when John F. Kennedy said we're going to the moon, within 10 years, everyone was like, wow. Some people said great. Some people said impossible. But everybody knew that was where we were going. And by gum, we got there. We got there. And I think this is true with entrepreneurs and anyone who's action-oriented, that having that and you can always course correct, but having that clarity makes every step along the way. Are we getting us closer or are we getting farther away?
Ladies, you might be distracted by a number of different noble higher purposes. Maybe there's one for your family and one for your business life, one for friends and relationships. That's okay. We can have a number of them.
Yes.
Really, it's really beautiful to have them, because that way you continue to surround yourself with the ideal members of each of those beautiful lights that are you're shining. So clarity is amazing, and it comes from your intuition, not from your instinct, where it's all fear-based and moved from a place of doubt. But when you get to open up your intuition, ladies, this is where you can conquer me too.
Wow. And so, that's something that we talk a lot about here at the Modern Wisdom Leadership Institute, is about total clarity through accessing our intuition.